Welcome back to Time to Watch. Today we're diving into one of the most overlooked yet most critical safety features on a professional dive watch, the locking bezel. We're going to compare two serious contenders, the Citizen Promaster BN7020 2017E and the Oris Aquis Pro 4000, and explain why locking bezels matter when human lives depend on accurate time underwater. Before we compare the watches, let's talk about why the bezel exists in the first place. A dive bezel is used to track elapsed time underwater. Before descending, the diver aligns the zero marker with the minute hand. From that moment on, the bezel becomes a life-critical timing tool helping manage air supply, bottom time, and decompression limits. That's why dive bezels are unidirectional. If the bezel moves accidentally, it can only shorten the perceived remaining dive time, never extend it. But here's the problem. Unidirectional doesn't mean immovable. Why locking bezels exist? Underwater, a bezel can be bumped by rocks, equipment, wetsuit sleeves, or gloves. Even a small shift can throw off your timing, and in diving, timing errors compound quickly. This is where locking bezels come in. A locking bezel ensures that once the dive time is set, it cannot move unless the diver intentionally unlocks it. This dramatically reduces human error, accidental movement, and false confidence underwater. Let's start with the Citizen Promaster BN7020 2017E, a 1,000-meter rated, ISO-certified saturation diver. Citizen uses a manual bezel locking system. Once you set the bezel, you engage the lock, physically preventing it from rotating. Citizen even includes a visual safety indicator. When the lock is disengaged, an orange marker is visible. That's a smart, no-nonsense reminder that the bezel isn't secured. The system is simple, robust, and extremely effective. Once locked, the bezel does not move, period. Now let's talk about the Oris Aquis Pro 4000, which takes a very different, and more mechanical, approach. Oris uses what they call the Rotation Safety System, or RSS. To adjust the bezel, you must lift the outer ring upward. Only when lifted does the bezel engage and rotate. Once your dive time is set, you push the ring back down, locking the bezel completely. With the ring down, the bezel cannot rotate at all, even under impact. The action is tactile, deliberate, and very confidence-inspiring, especially with gloves on. This system is designed specifically for professional and deep technical divers, where accidental movement simply isn't acceptable. So how do these two systems compare? Citizen's bezel lock is straightforward and functional, a physical lock that does exactly what it's supposed to do. Oris takes it a step further by integrating the lock into the bezel itself, requiring a deliberate lift and lock motion. Both systems are extremely safe. The difference comes down to complexity versus simplicity, and how intentional the interaction feels. Why this matters to real divers. For recreational divers, either system offers more security than a standard dive bezel. But for professional saturation, or extreme depth diving, locking bezels provide a peace of mind when visibility is low, stress is high, and mistakes are unforgiving. A locked bezel means your dive plan stays accurate. No surprises, no guessing. This is why locking bezels are more than just a feature, they're a safety system. If you appreciate diver watches that are engineered with purpose, precision, and real-world function, you're in the right place. Subscribe to Time to Watch, hit that like button, and let me know in the comments which bezel system do you trust more, the Citizen or the Oris.